I've been telling myself for a long time now that I just need to bite the bullet and start creating some content. And I have kept saying things like, well, I'm just not good at it. I don't know where to start. It's tedious. I hate it. I'm just not good at whatever it is. I've been telling myself these stupid excuses about not making content, and it's time to just let those excuses die and jump in and do it poorly until I don't. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to start creating some content. I'm just going to start talking about some things that matter to me, busting some myths about being a musician, talking about Chattanooga musicians, talking about being an artist in general, talking about things that come to my mind that bother me or that are exciting to me. That's what I'm going to start writing some content about. So, hey, if you've made it this far, thank you for making it through this useless spiel that I'm going to look back on in 5 years and cringe at. Now, today, I want to bust a myth. I'm going to do a couple of videos here on some myths around burnout. Myth number 1 today is one that actually is really controversial, and I'm probably going to get some hate on, but just stick with me, okay? Because if you really embody the solution to this problem, the solution to this myth, then you can really get ahead. Myth number 1 about burnout. Burnout is not about the amount of things that you're doing. Myth number 1 about burnout. You are not burnt out because you're doing too many things. You are burnt out because you're not doing enough. Whew. Okay, now, I sound like a terrible person for saying that, right? Especially like as creatives, right? We all have this like inner critic, this imposter syndrome that's like, oh, am I ever really enough? You know, I could always practice more, I could always do more, I could always insert blank more, right? Now, what I'm not saying is that you are not enough. You are enough. You are created in the image of a creating God, and that alone means that you are enough as an artist, as a human, as a person. But when it comes to burnout, you are not burnt out because you're taking on too many things. That's almost never the reason that somebody gets burnt out. I'm doing a lot of things right now, and people kind of look at my life, and I get every now and then, like, ooh, Matt, like, you better be careful. Like, oh, buddy, hey, you know, almost like this, like they're worried, you know, or even like they pity me, or like they understand something that I don't, or something like that, right? And they worry that I'm doing too many things. And they look at my schedule and like, oh, you're doing this, and you're doing this, and you're doing this. And one of the questions I get so often is Matt, like, do you ever do anything for yourself, or are you taking time to rest? The answer is, well, I kind of am doing everything for myself, and like a lot of things I'm doing are restful. I'm going to tell you how that's true, right? I'm doing a lot of stuff right now. I'm a father and a husband, and I'm investing in my girls. I am full-time executive director of a nonprofit ministry in Chattanooga. I just started a business, which is the channel that you're on right now. Welcome to Gig City Music Group. That's my business. I also am a gigging musician, and I take time to exercise and take care of my body, and I still get enough sleep. All right, so how do I fit all that into my schedule and not get burnt out? Well, here's the thing. I'll say it again. You are not burnt out because you're doing too many things. You are burnt out because you're not doing enough. And I'm going to add to that, enough of the things that matter to you. You see, our energy, at least in part, is gained by finding meaning in the things that we do, right? Most of the things that I do in my life, the vast majority of the things that I fill my time with, are things that I have intentionally chosen to fill my time with, because I have out loud, verbally, and on paper or on a computer, made my goals known. I know where I want to go in the season of my life. I know who I want to be. I know what I want to accomplish. And I'm intentionally choosing things to fill my day that will bring me closer to those important things as I've defined them. Because of that, most of what I do is very meaningful to me. And because most of what I do is very meaningful to me, it's very exciting. Because it's very exciting, it brings me energy. I feel very fulfilled in life right now. And because of that, it doesn't even matter how much I do. It is bringing me energy that keeps me going. In fact, you know, tomorrow I'm gonna work an 18-hour day. I'm not even joking about that. I'm gonna work an 18-hour day tomorrow between the ministry and Gig City Music Group. I'm probably going to have to like struggle to like wind myself down to go to sleep tomorrow, because it's just so utterly meaningful to me, the things that I'm doing. Now, if you're burnt out and you're not doing, you know, you feel like you're at the end of your rope, you feel like you're doing too much, take an assessment today. Ask yourself, do I know what matters to me? And am I being intentional to choose things that lead me toward that goal? If you have a lot of tabs open in your head, like all these unfinished things, like hey, say you're a musician and you're wanting to record an album. It's a big goal that you have. Or you want to play this many gigs, or make this much money, or play with this artist, or whatever it is, get so many streams. You probably know some of the steps that you have to take to get there. Every time you don't do that, and you choose to do something else, even like rest, you're not really getting the rest that your body needs, because those tabs that are unclosed are taking up emotional energy. They're using up bandwidth that you could be using to put into those things that are going to take you closer to your goals. You got to close some of those tabs. Sometimes when you're exhausted and you get home, one of the most restful things that you can do is do your dishes. Clean your room. Do your laundry. Because you're closing tabs. And when you do those things, sure, it takes a little bit of energy in the meantime. When you close those things, when you close those tabs, when you finish that, then you can actually rest. And the quality of rest that you have is just as much, if not more important than the quantity of rest that you have. So that's myth number 1 about burnout. We're going to talk about a couple more myths and some things that you can do in a couple of other videos. But myth number 1, burnout. You're not burnt out because you're doing too much. You're burnt out because you're not doing enough of the things that matter to you. Decide what's important to you. Decide what matters to you. Define it. Figure out what you need to do to take you closer to that. Fill your day with those things. I guarantee you, you're going to be a lot further from being burnt out.